Most people watching this video right now are not going to make money using AI. And here's why. What you see all the gurus and all the hype online explain is about how amazing AI is. The reality of the matter is no business cares about what AI is. It's about what it can do, right? And we're all good on that. You already know this. The problem is, besides your typical chatbots like VoiceBot, BotPress, which have integration with very basic websites, most AI solutions, I'm talking about the solutions that you're gonna get 10, 20, $50,000 easy for like a big project like this. Putting aside the difficulty of building something like that, which oftentimes there's no playbook online, there's no SOP, there's no YouTube video you can watch and be like, okay, that's how I build this thing out. You have to figure it out yourself. You have to read the research papers, or you have to have experience in the field. Putting all that to the side, right? The biggest problem is, for AI to actually be useful to any company, it has to be part of their employee and like the company's workflow. What I mean by that is, if you build this ChatGPT model, which doesn't even mean anything, right? But I'm going to use that as an umbrella term for AI as a whole. It's only useful when the employees are actually using it, or it's like part of like the day-to-day life of an employee and like the tool they're using every single day, right? Like it being on the side, like this AI model, it doesn't mean anything. And so the problem you're going to realize pretty quickly that nobody for some reason tells you is that for AI to actually be a complete solution, you need to integrate that with the client's tech stack. So that could be the cloud, that could be the CRM of the client, that could be any kind of, like some of the SaaSes maybe they're using for their employees, right? Like whatever workflow, whatever their toolkit, whatever tech stack they have, you have to integrate it. And you're probably like, okay, I could probably use like a no-code tool like Make. Maybe you could, right? But the reality of the matter is, especially as you start going to enterprise level, I'm not talking about like small to medium-sized businesses. I'm talking about like enterprise level businesses that are actually going to have the money to pay you $20,000 without even lifting a finger because they're interested in building a complex AI solution. They're going to expect you to be able to code between these two things, right? And I mean, that goes for many reasons, right? Like, for example, data privacy, that's a big thing. They don't want Make.com or Zapier taking that. If there's like HIPAA compliance issues, if they want it to be cheap, right? Like running on the cloud, if they already have a cloud infrastructure and like a cloud tech stack, it's a lot cheaper to run this thing, for $1 or $2 per month than it is to even use a Make thing, right? And it like takes care of the integration between all the other services. So that's my bigger point here. Like you need to know software, you need to know how to code. And I know like that's probably not what a lot of you guys want to hear, or that's definitely not what you hear online. Nobody really tells you that. They are paying you for the full thing from start to end. Like if their developers knew how AI worked and how to build an AI data pipeline, they would have already done it without you. I hope I'm making it clear, like an enterprise is not even going to take you seriously unless you know how to code, right? If you tell them use Make.com for your AI and just use ChatGPT when they care about data privacy and the million of other things that you need to worry about with them, they're just gonna laugh and like go away, right? And those are the guys that are gonna pay you the $50,000 per project thing without even like it's not even a big deal to them. Like that's like something they're willing to spend and throw away, just for research and R&D purposes. So that's not to say that you can't make money using AI. It's just that like when you see online all these big YouTubers and even the big companies that have been around before this whole ChatGPT revolution that we just call as AI, even though it's a broader field, they've all been using custom solutions with custom code, right? This whole idea of using no code to slowly find your way in and kind of get used to this model, it's not really a thing. It's not gonna be a thing for the enterprise level here. So I'm just trying to tell you what I've seen being in this industry for a year and a half now, working as a data scientist, working as a software engineer, right? Like nobody's gonna go out there and tell you that you need to know how to code because now you've basically eliminated like 80% of the people watching on YouTube, right? Most people don't know how to code. Most people don't want to learn how to code. So I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just that like keep this in mind, right? Like do your research and realize, what's actually going on. The YouTube video of like the beginner-friendly business model versus the reality of how companies making money, compare that, like do that research yourself, look at the website and see the differences and accordingly make decisions. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about this, just comment it down below, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.